Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome back to my session. So finally we are live, and this is going to be a session number one, and we are starting with probability and statistics, right? So please join as soon as possible. Since I promised that I'm gonna start from 9:30 p.m. onwards, so I'm in front of you, right? So please join fast so that we can start the session. And this session is going to be on PNC, the permutation and combination, right? Uh, and you guys can already, start joining the group so that we can start it, right? So the very first topic in probability and statistics, if you look at the syllabus of, GATE, right? For any branch of engineering, right? I'm not talking about particular GATE data science and AI, right? If you talk about electronics, electrical, instrumentation, mechanical, okay, civil, okay, uh, yeah, any branch, any branch. So this session is for all of them, right? Because you know PNC is one of the important topic, okay, which deals with the counting, okay. So if you want to do counting, PNC is gonna be very useful, right? So please join so that we can start the session. And yes, so my voice and everything is okay, guys. Yeah, fine. So in this session, what I will be doing here is I will talk about permutation and combination, and I will share my strategy, what I think about PNC, because I know that many of you might be facing a lot of challenges, dealing with what is permutation, what is combination, what is the difference between them, right? And you might be also getting lost with the formulas that you look at, okay? So in entire discussion, I'm not going to use any sort of formula, right? But in the beginning, I will introduce, okay? So please send hi to the chat box, give your presence, those who are live right now, I mean, along with me, yes. So so this is the phase one preparation, right? Phase one preparation, where P and C is the first topic, which I will be talking about. Then next one will be the basics of probability, right? Basics of probability, okay. And the third is going to be, you can say, we will start the random variables, right? Random variable, okay. And all concept related to random variable we will talk about, right? I'll talk about what is probability distribution function, what is probability density function, okay, uh, for single variable, for multi-variable, right? Okay, because as far as my background is concerned, I'm from electronics, guys, right? So I can witness here that I will give you a great concept on random variable, right? Yes. So please join all. There are many students, so I expect everyone to join the session. And those who will miss the live session, they can watch recording as well, right? Yeah. So this will be my roadmap, and after finishing this, we will also talk about statistics. Statistics, right? And there are different tests, okay? Those things are important for machine learning, but not for other branch of engineering, right? Okay, so primarily you have to cover your paper one as well, like those who are going for computer science, those who are going for electronics, electrical, instrumentation, mechanical, civil, chemical, biomedical, mathematics, whatever branch you are writing GATE, these sessions are for you, right? So let us begin here, the PNC, okay. So we will be starting with the concept called PNC. We call it permutation and combination, okay. But I will not get into directly into the topic, okay. The PNC is all about counting. This is the very first statement that you have to understand, right? The PNC is all about counting, right? Okay. So see, guys, this topic is going to help you, like probability and statistics, PNC will help you to get complete marks in the aptitude as well as in your mathematics, right? So and the application of this topic is huge, okay. you talk about any branch of engineering, right? But we are particular about data science and AI, okay? But if you're from electronics background, so these topics are going to help you in communication system, right? So please note down these applications as well, right? Okay, I'm not going to give you the application like where we are going to use this, right? I will simply say that if you want to count, okay, I think everybody knows how to count, right? But if you want to count, you're going to use PNC, okay? So PNC is all about counting, that you have to understand, right? So the very first example that I will be taking here is the real life example, okay? That suppose there are, there are three friends or two friends, you can say. Let's suppose there are two friends. One friend is this and second friend is this, right? Let us forget about this P and C, right? Let us learn how to count. The question is how to count. Okay, the question is what? How to count. Okay, how to count. So we will take some examples here, okay? And you have to answer me in the chat box, right? You have to answer me in the chat box. Okay, so suppose there are two friends, okay, and they decided to take pictures, okay? They are fan of capturing pictures, right? Okay, so any cameraman is there and they want to get their picture captured, right, by the cameraman, okay? This happens usually, when you go to party or when you go to, suppose convocation is going on in your college, so after the convocation you take pictures, right? The two friends are there, right? So my question will be how many ways they can take pictures, okay? There are two friends, okay? So in how many ways they can take picture, okay? That is what the question is. So if there is two friends, right? So one way is this. Suppose this is A friend and this is B friend, or you can say, let me take some name here. So you can say that there is a Ria, okay, and there is a, you can say, Priya. Understood? So there are two friends, okay. So this is one way of taking picture, right? Ria is there, Priya is there, right? Now what other way that we can have here is, guys, Priya can switch here and Ria can sit here, right? So Priya is here, Priya is here. This is another way. Okay. So how many ways are there? Total number of ways, tell me here. Total number of ways, how many ways these two friends can take picture? Can somebody tell me here? So there are two friends, okay, and they decided to take pictures. Fine. Okay. So there are two ways only, right? Two ways are there, right? Only two ways they are able to take pictures. Please remember this. Okay. Two ways. So first way is, okay, they are standing, they can take picture. After swapping the positions, right? They are swapping the position here, right? You can say if they swap the position. Okay. So this is the motivation, right, behind the permutation and combination. So the right answer is Abjit Singh is giving 2 factorial, right? You have to say 2 factorial, okay? 2 factorial you have to say always. Okay, suppose there are two friends, okay, and you have to take pictures. So what you will do, you will take two friends and there are two place you can say. Okay, suppose there is Ria and there is Priya, right? Sorry guys, I'm not using any boy's name. I can use it, okay? Don't get offended, right? So Ria and Priya is there, okay? And these names are fictitious for me, right? Fictitious names, okay? Don't, it is not related with anyone, okay? So Ria and Priya, okay? So these two friends are there, right? What is my job? My job is to capture one picture. So there are two places you can say. So I'm going to ask Ria to stand here and Priya to stand here. Or you can say that Priya can stand here, Ria can stand here. Okay. So what we are doing here is we are asking those two people to stand in a position, right? So what we are doing, we are filling two spaces, right? So you have to always keep in mind, we are filling what? Filling the space. Okay. So how many ways are there you can fill first space and how many ways are there you can fill second space, you can say, right? So there are two ways to fill this space, right? But suppose only this space, we have to fill this space. So there are two people, so we can say two ways this space can be filled, okay? Now only one one friend is remaining, so you can say this, and now you are going to multiply that. Okay, so why we are multiplying when we are going to add all these things we will talk. Okay, those are known as principles of countings, right? Okay, like multiplication, addition, right? I will tell you, okay, don't worry. But keep in mind that suppose you have two friends and you have to take pictures. So there are two ways you can take picture, right? Okay, two ways only. But we can take hundreds of picture, you might have seen if there are two friends. So sometimes they make their face like this, they make their face like this. Permutation is not going to take care of those things, guys, remember. Okay, it is irrespective of the object. You take any kind of object, you can take people, you can take dogs, you can take anybody, right? Okay, any animal you can take, and you want to stand them in a row. Okay, you can say you want to fill them in the space, right? Yeah. So this is basically, we call it 2 factorial. Okay, right now I did not introduce what is factorial, but please keep in mind this is 2 factorial, you can say, right? Okay, 2 factorial, let's just say 2 only. Okay, now let us take 3 friends. Let me take 3 friends. Suppose one friend is this, second friend is this, third friend is this. Okay, now number of elements are increasing, right? 2 friends can take 2 ways. A picture can be captured in 2 ways. Now there are 3 friends. So अगर आपको इनको you have to stand them in a queue, or after all you will ask them to stand in a queue only, right? In one. So suppose this is one way you can say, right? Okay. Now this is A, you can say this is B, this is C, right? So now B, now you can say A is here, C is here, B is there, right? Now you can say that you can take B now. B is here, A is there, C is there, right? Like this. Okay. Now B is there, C is there, A is there, right? Now you take C, C is there. Now you can say B will be in the same position, and A is going to be here. Now C is there, A is there, B is there. Can you count here? Okay. Can you count this? How many ways are there, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more way will be there. One more way. Okay. One more way is going to be. What is that way, guys? Tell me here first. That is this. So there are 6 ways, right? There are 6 ways, but okay, there are number of friends. They are 3 only. Okay. So we are able to arrange them, and we are able to take picture. Click, click, click. Okay, on each arrangement we are going to capture the picture, right? We are going to click the camera button, right? So 6 pictures are there, okay, which might look different, okay, which might look different, but so what we can say here is that we can say that this is the method 1, that you can find how many ways. So there are 6 ways, but it looks bigger, right? Because you are arranging each friends. Suppose A, B, C standing, so you're asking B, please stand here. Okay, again swapping positions. Okay. This job is tedious, right? Okay, suppose there are 10 friends. Okay, 10 friends are there. So can you find the? Oh my God, it will be very difficult. Entire day. I mean, it will take so many years to take pictures, right? Okay, just wait and watch. I will show you. Okay. So this is the scenario. Okay, this is the scenario you see, guys. Okay, so you can say that the method 2 I'm just going to take now, method 2. Okay, in order to find number of ways. See, 3 friends are there. Let us take 3 space 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now I want these 3 friends to stand in this queue, right? Okay, so why we want them to stand in a queue, or you can say in this, why we want to take them? Okay, because we want to fill these spaces. So this space can be filled by 3, okay, and this space can be filled by 2 friends, and this can be filled by 1 friend, right? So you have to multiply this. Why you are multiplying? This is the very important reason is you have to stand all the friends, right? Suppose you want to stand only 1 friend, okay, other friends are not necessary to be put or you can say other space are not necessary to be filled. Okay, so in that case you don't have to multiply over there, right? But here there are three events that has to be occurred, right? Three events should occur at the same time, right? 3 2 1, right? So you can say that 3 into 2, which is 6, right? Okay, and what is this 6, guys? You can say 3 factorial. What is this 3? 3 factorial. Okay, now you might be having the feeling of factorial, right? So why I have taken this example, because I know everybody face a lot of challenges. Oh, permutation, what is this permutation? Wait, I did not talk about permutation right now, right? What is the meaning of permutation? Okay, you see, whatever I'm doing, I will give the name of that, right? So this is 3 factorial. Let us take 4 friends, right? 1 friend, 2 friend, 3 friends, and 4 friends. Can you arrange them? How many ways are there they can take pictures? See, in real life, it will be very difficult, right? Okay. Your cameraman will also be angry on you, right? Okay, what you guys are doing? There are 4 friends, okay, and you are just switching the positions and asking me to take pictures, right? Okay. So you want, for taking picture, what you're doing, you are arranging these 4 people, right? Okay, you're feeling, you want them to stand in a row. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, 4 people are there and 4 spaces are there. So you can say that this space can be filled by 3 ways, 4 ways, 3 ways, 2 ways, 1 way, right? Okay, I hope this makes sense, right? So you can say that 4 into 3 into 2, that is what? 24. Okay, and what is this, guys? This is nothing but 4 factorial. Okay, see, this factorial concept is coming, this notation is coming, guys. There is some restrictions also in this arrangement. There is a restriction, when we want to take picture, what restriction I'm imposing here is, in the first place, anybody can sit, right, or stand. In the second place, the person who has already taken first place, okay, should not sit, okay, in the second place. That you have to keep in mind this, right? So while filling these spaces, that you have to keep in mind, first position can be filled by any number, any friends, right? Riya can stand, Priya can stand, Abhijit can stand, Atif can stand, anybody can stand, right? But so this is a 4 factorial, but suppose there is no restriction at all. There is no restriction at all, right? So first position can be filled by 4 ways, second can also be filled by 4 way, third. So that will not be the factorial concept, right? That will be 4 to the power 4. Okay, if there is no restriction. So I think everybody might be able to understand that how to count, okay, in real life. Okay, and this is one of the great example that I have taken, because we are young people, we all prefer to take pictures, right, whenever we move out anywhere, right? Just say if we are flying from Bangalore to our hometown, तो विंडो सीट मिल गई तो बढ़िया पिक्चर एक लेते हैं, चलो भाई, right? Then we update in our Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, right? Okay, convocation होगा तो we throw our flag, so many things, right? So I hope this makes sense to all, right? So ये factorial का concept I think everybody understand. Okay, so suppose there are one object, so 1 factorial, 2 object, 2 factorial, 3 object, 3 factorial means what? 6. 4 factorial means 24. These are the number of ways that you can take pictures. Okay, 5 factorial, 5. I think anybody can answer now, right? 24 into 5, which is 120. 6, 7, 10. As number of objects are increasing, right? As number of objects are increasing, the number of ways are also going to increase, guys. This is very important to keep in mind. Okay, the moment you swap, so this is the concept of factorial, you can say, right? So factorial is nothing but what? Factorial comes from the arrangement only, right? You're arranging people, right? Okay. So you see here, you can count now. 6 factorial is going to be 120 into 6, right? And 7 factorial will be 120 into 6 into 7, right? And so on and so forth. You keep on multiplying, so the number will become bigger and bigger and bigger. But in reality, can you wait for that moment? Okay, suppose there are 10 people and you want to find number of ways, right? Okay, if you don't have computer, right, you want to find the number of ways of taking pictures, okay, manually. So it will be very difficult, right? So computer comes into picture, right? Okay, as the number of element increases, जैसे इंडिया में डेटा अगर ज्यादा हो रहा है तो then computer will come into picture. 2-3 people I can manage, but suppose 100 people are ready to take my class, right? So I need to introduce Google Form, then Excel sheet, DBMS का use करना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा concept है, right? Okay, understood? So I hope this makes sense, right? So till now I did not talk about what is permutation, but I'm talking about how to count, right? The question is how to count. In fact, I'm also going to introduce data structure, guys. Okay, very soon I'm going to release data structure capsules, right? Okay, in live session, or you can say in recorded form also. So you will understand that how you have to understand data structure as well, right? So that will be an advantage for you, okay, for all the branches. How electronics people understand data structure, okay, for their machine learning, or okay, you will see my concepts next. So this is the first example that I have given for counting, okay? So I think you will never forget in your entire life, right? Next, it is next to impossible, okay, making such kind of arrangement. 10 people, how many ways you can take pictures? So swapping, it will take entire day, you can say. Fine. Next is one example I will take here is the second example, you can say. Let us take one paper here, paper folding example, you can say. This is one of the very good example that I got to see in one of the professor from one of the IITs. Though these examples we have done in our childhood also. You take one A4 sheet. You can take A4 sheet here, right? Just I'm going to take A4 sheet. Suppose this is the A4 sheet. Okay. You take a A4 sheet and you fold it. The question is, how many ways are there you can fold this A4 sheet? This is one fold that I have done, right? Okay. Now again you fold it. This is the second fold that I'm doing. So how many folds are there, right? Now again I'm folding, you see. Okay. Again I'm folding. So time will come, you will not be able to fold. You see, you will not be able to fold. Okay, why? Because the thickness of the paper will start increasing. You see, understood? You can't count then, right? You can't count. Okay, understood? You see, we are not able to fold it. Okay, so one of the example that you can take is the paper folding. Okay, the question will be, how many ways are there you can fold A4 sheet? You keep folding. You take paper, you fold it. You take paper, you fold it. You take paper, you. Okay. So maximum iteration that you can allow. Okay, maximum iteration, that is called iteration only. Now you are repeating the same task. Maximum 4 to 5 times you take. You see, I have taken the real life example in front of you. I have done here, right? And maximally I was able to fold it. Okay, you see. Now I'm not able to fold it further, right? Okay. But that paper can be folded many times, but we can't fold after 4 to 5 iterations. Okay. And one more example that you can give here is, I think everybody might have seen the Rubik cube example. Rubik, okay, cube. How many of you have played with this Rubik cube? Yeah. How many of you might have, you know, have you done kind of arrangement? Suppose I give you any cube of having different colors, right? I think colored cube, I think everybody might have played. Okay, can you make the arrangement? Okay, you take cube. Okay, how many ways are there that you can make the arrangement? And the colors should be same. Yes. Yes, guys. Please let me know in the chat. I think many of you might have done, right? Hmm. So, yes. So suppose you take 3 by 3. Yeah, Abhijit has done already, right? But you never thought that Dheeraj sir is going to introduce these examples, okay, to understand PNC, right? तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि suppose you take 3 by 3 Rubik cube, okay, Rubik cubes. Okay, so the question is, what are the total number of possibilities? What are total number of possibilities? Okay, what are total number of possibilities? Okay, as the dimension gets increases, right? Okay, you take 8 by 8. You take 8 by 8. Can you count 8 by 8? Okay. 10 by 10. Okay, you take so many. Okay, understood. So it's a very big number that you will get, right? In fact, you can't realize that number. Okay, the number which you will get, the number of possibilities that you're going to get, you know, you can imagine that that will be the distance between Earth and the Moon. Okay, इतना बड़ा number आएगा. Okay. Understood. Okay, so in real life you can't count. Okay, remember, right? You just take one cube, you fix it, you fix it. But how many ways are there you can fix it? Okay, that becomes difficult as the size of the cube increases. Okay, that is very important to understand. Okay, so I have given you the examples of factorial, guys. The very first important concept in entire permutation is combination is the concept of factorial, and the factorial example is nothing but this only. What? You know, capturing pictures, arranging people. Okay, so you are going to capture pictures, so that is the best example of you can say factorial, right? Okay, so let me give here so as I gave here, in fact, the factorial example is nothing but factorial, right? In fact, I will explain factorial also. Suppose there are one man, so how many ways are there? One way, 2, 4, 3, you can say 6, okay, and 4, 24, 5, 120, and then 10. So 10 you can say is going to be a very big number. You can say 3628800. Okay. Understood. Your cameraman will become angry. You might have seen in marriages and all, whenever we ask, hey, please take pictures, so they also get angry. Okay, but they have to only capture how many pictures? Around 500 pictures. But these many pictures, you know, it's impossible, right? And that too there are 10 friends, so it is not necessary also, right? So this is the idea. But suppose there are n number of friends, so you can say that n minus 1, n minus 2, and n minus 3, and so on till 1, right? So this is the definition of n factorial, right? Please remember n factorial definitions, right? N factorial definition is this, right? So you know, in computers, okay, how we are going to count these things in computer, that is very important. So we have to be very careful on the number of objects in the system, right? That is very important. So from here we have understood that, okay, because see, there are 10 number of objects, and these many possibilities are there, right? So we have to be very careful, right? Okay, remember, be very, okay, careful about number of objects in the system, right? Please remember this. This is very important concept that I am telling you, right? So I think this is clear for all, right? Yes. Now we are going to talk about what? We will talk about the rule of sum and the rule of okay. So please remember these concepts. These concepts are very very important. एक और example हम ले सकते हैं, जैसे कि Ruby example I have given you, right? Ruby examples as well as you know taking picture examples. Okay, so ये factorial समझाने का एक concept था, right? So I think everybody might have understood. So let us talk about the rule of multiplication, okay, and rule of multiplication. Okay, and sum. Okay, what is the rule of sum and rule of multiplication, right? So I'm going to give you very simple examples, right? Very simple example, right? Dekho. Suppose there is city A, there is city B, and there is city C. There are three cities and you have to go from A to C. So you can't directly go to A to C. There are three ways, you can go from A to B. Then there are two ways you can go from A to C. I mean B to C, right? So this is nothing but you can say via car, via train, via a road. Here you can say via flight and via cycle, right? Bicycle you can say. Okay. So now tell me guys, if you want to go from A to C, so how many ways are there you can go from A to C? Can somebody count here? Number of ways you have to count. Okay, so how many ways are there, right? How many? This word plays an important role, guys. This word plays an important role. How many ways or how many possibilities are there? How many ways are there to go from A to C? Yeah. Anyone please tell me? A to C you have to go, right? Yes. So I think please answer everyone, right? That then only I will get motivated, right? And I will be able to maintain the smile on the face. Yeah. Because to explain any concept, I'm gonna take these many concepts, right, for you all. So A, B, C, right? You're moving from A to B, B to C, right? So there are three ways you can go from A to B, right? So you can say there are three ways only here. So let me choose some different color to identify. So there are three ways you can say, and there are two ways. So what you're going to do, you see, you're going to multiply, right? Why you're multiplying? Because each event has to occur at the same time, right? Okay, if each event has to occur at the same time, okay, understood. So there are two events. One event is from A to B and second event is from B to C. Then only you can reach from city A to city C. Okay, there are no other path that you can directly take a flight, and like in my city there is no you can say in your city there is no you can say airport present, right, that you can take, understood. So this is very important example that I have taken, right? Yeah. Okay, so how many ways are there? You are going to multiply this will be 6. Okay, so this is the first example that I have given you when you can multiply. Okay, when you can multiply. So I will give you the definition. Okay, when you can multiply, when both event has to occur. If one of the event is only, okay, like this event occur or this event occur, right, it's fine. So let me talk about one example here. Second example that I'm going to talk. Suppose you are in city B and this is city A and this is city C. You have to exit from city B. Suppose the question is you have to exit from city B, right? You have to go escape from city B, right? Matlab you have done some crime in the city B, right? Okay, you were there for 5 days and you did some crime, right? So you need to escape now. So you can go either to city A. So there are three ways that you can go to city A, and either you can go to city C. There are three ways only. Okay. Now the question is, how many ways are there? You can escape from city B, right? You can exit from city B. कौन बताएगा? जल्दी बताना. The sense of addition, the sense of multiplication, right? These are two principles, right? Okay, that you have to remember. These are two principles. Okay. So there are three ways that you can exit here from city B. Okay, and there are three ways again. So either you can go to city A or you can go to city B. Right? So again, it is going to be what? 3 plus 3, right? Is 6. So where to add, where to subtract, right? Sorry, where to add, where to multiply. Subtraction नहीं है यहाँ पर, याद रखना, right? So multiplication rule and the addition rule, ठीक है? यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है कि either you can go to city A or city you can, मतलब both event is not necessary to occur at the same time, right? One of the event can occur, right? 3 plus 3, right? So let me take one example here, then I will give you the definition, okay? Suppose one example, try to solve this, right? Okay, this is the very first example in my session that I'm gonna give you, right? So I hope you are enjoying the session, you are getting some confidence and motivation, new way of learning, right? So sir, whenever questions similar to and, we multiply and or we add, right? देखो, ये statement से everybody cannot understand, right? देखो, and or क्या पता, suppose you are explaining to some civil guy, right? He doesn't understand, right? So I need to give some general definition, right? General thinking, okay, where you have to add, where you have to multiply, ठीक है? तो ये डेफिनेशन जो है ना, ये मोस्ट कंफ्यूजिंग डेफिनेशन आपको पता है, मतलब जो भी टीचर आपको बताते हैं, वट एवर टीचर हैज टॉट यू इन योर लाइफ, ओके, दे एक्सप्लेन, इसीलिए काउंटिंग बिकम डिफिकल्ट, परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन बिकम डिफिकल्ट, राइट? बट आई एम गोना टेल यू एवरीथिंग इन वेरी सिंपल मैनर, ठीक है? तो या यू कैन से, और जहां और का सेंस आएगा वहां ऐड करना है, वेयर यू आर गेटिंग अ फीलिंग ऑफ एंड, राइट? तो वहां पर आपको क्या करना है, यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई, दैट इज फाइन. So what is the first example that I'm gonna take? Okay, suppose you are preparing for GATE examination and you got into ISC Bangalore. So there is a library called JRD Tata, right? A very popular library. All books are present. Okay, so Abjit is saying, so we can say or an operation related to someone. Yeah, you can say, right? Okay, whatever the way you wanna understand. I will be giving the definition, that you wait for that. Okay, but you know that I never give definition directly. I always try to explain you first, then formulate. That is the right way of learning. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने पहले टॉपिक लिख दिया, फिर मैंने आपको बोल दिया परम्यूटेशन ये है, कॉम्बिनेशन ये है, समझ में नहीं आया. ये तरीका नहीं है पढ़ने का, राइट? तरीका क्या है, पहले एग्जाम्पल आप समझो कोई एक अच्छा सा, एंड देन you make formalism, right? So that you will never forget. Okay, so example first is, you can say that one guy is there, Alice is there. Okay, Alice goes to library. Okay, goes to the library. In fact, in future you guys will also go to ISC library and all, right? So Alice goes to library to read a book. You can say. He goes to library to read a book, certainly. So there are books of a different genus, right? There are books of different genus. Okay. Now see, now this C goes to the self. Okay, C goes to the self, which has 7 science fiction. Okay, science fiction. You can write the question simultaneously with me. Okay, in future I will try ki I need not to write the question. Question is in front of us, right? So that we can save the time. Tarun is saying amen, right? Okay, so ठीक है. Don't worry, आपका एक एक डाउट you will say that sir life में PNC कभी पढ़ा ही नहीं है ऐसा, right? And in fact probability and statistics also, right? So you have to always write your comment after the sessions. You can write whatever learning you have done, where you were lagging, whether you were really comfortable with PNC or not. Okay, so you can populate everywhere. That is what the main motivation behind these sessions, right? So Alice goes to the library to read a book. Okay, there are books of a different genus. She goes to the shelf which has 7 science fictions. Okay, and you can say 5 5 mystery books, 5 mystery books, and 2 generals, right? Okay, now the question is, now the one of the statement is given here. Alice wants to read precisely, okay, precisely one book. Okay, this is the condition they have mentioned, right? So Alice कितने book पढ़ना चाहता है? He just want to read one book, right? Don't worry. Now the time is there, right? Dheeraj sir, finally you guys met Dheeraj sir, right? So everything is gonna be simplified, right? अब आपको कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है? Okay, so Alice goes to the library. Read the question carefully, guys. I know, whenever you got DA syllabus, you did not go through the syllabus. जब मैंने आपको बोला तब आप go through कर रहे हो, right? So Alice goes to the library to read a book, and there are books of a different genus. Okay, he goes to the shelf which has, now focus on numbers, guys. If you don't understand English, focus on these numbers. तो उसमें कितने बुक्स हैं? 7 साइंस फिक्शन है, 5 मिस्ट्री बुक्स है, 2 जनरल्स, एंड एलिस वांट्स टू रीड precisely one book, right? Now the question is, how many choices does he have? Question क्या है यहाँ पर? How many choices does he have? Tell me here answer. Who is going to answer first? Yeah. How many choices does he have? Alice goes to the library. Okay, so देखो इसमें आप बस you see that कि how many choices does he have? Tell me fast. Can somebody count here? So what is the solution here, guys? He has 7, like in the library he went science fiction, right? And 5 mystery, okay, and you can say 2 generals. So these are the choices he has. Okay, yes. So Alice wants to read, okay, one book, okay, remember, one book, one book, understood? So that is the condition. They have precisely one book only, right? Okay, so number of choices कितने हो जाएंगे बताओ? So the number of choices, right, okay, will be what? Either he can take one book from, you can say 7 book, right? I mean, okay, 7 science fiction में एक book ले लेगा, other book he will not read. He might take either or का case आ रहा है, right? Either he can take 7 or 5 or 2, right? You can say that 7 plus 5 plus 2. Okay, but one of the session I was conducting, so many students said to me that, so 7 into 5 into 2, that is the wrong concept, right? Okay, that is wrong. Okay, that is wrong. Understood? So please remember, guys, this is very important condition. Okay, so I hope everybody understood there in via this example that we are going to add. Okay. Now, let me take one more example, to understand the, you can say, strengthen the concept. Okay, second example. Suppose in a town of Germany, right? In a town of Germany. Okay, wait for the definitions that I'm going to write. Okay, that definition is very important, where you have to multiply and where you have to add, right? So अभी बस आप example solve करते जाओ. I think everybody understood or not? Please tell me first. Okay, in the group. Okay, those who did not understand, you think by yourself, right? You think by yourself. Out of 7 books, you will take 1 book only and forget others. So either you can take science or or in a town of Germany, 8 newspaper and 4 magazines. 8 newspaper and 4 magazines, right? Are printed. Right? Okay. Peter wants to subscribe. One guy, Peter, is there in the town of Germany, you can say, and Peter wants to subscribe. You can say in the town of Bangalore, right? Dheeraj came to Bangalore, right? And he wants to subscribe some newspaper, right? Dheeraj sir is right interested to go through some Times of India, or you can say some other some magazines also. So there are 8 newspaper and 4 magazines are printed. Peter wants to subscribe one newspaper and sorry, one newspaper, or you can say, or one magazine. Right? How many choices does he have? Question is, how many choices does he have? Tell me here now. This is a question, a very good question that we have got. Yes, guys. So in a town of Germany, okay, Peter wants to subscribe one newspaper or one magazine, right? One newspaper or one magazines, right? So how many choices does he have? Tell me first. Which, yeah, Atif is saying 8 into 4. One newspaper or one magazine? Think about it. So what you will do? 32 or what? Abjit is saying 12. Abhin Kumar is saying 32. Right? Atif, how you're getting 32? So see, you might be thinking one newspaper or one magazines, right? One newspaper or one magazines. Okay. So if both event has to happen, that's what I told you, right? अगर मान लो दोनों लेना है, ठीक है? एक newspaper लेना है, एक magazine लेना है, right? You have to take it. So there you have to multiply. But if there is a choice of like one newspaper is fine, okay? So Peter wants to subscribe one newspaper or magazines. Yes. Okay. So you can answer these questions, guys. Okay, this is very important question. That yeah. Let me take one more question, okay? Because nowadays election time is there, right? So I think I must take one question from election. Then in future I will take question from cricket also, right? Because World Cup is going on, so I need to inculcate all those things, right? So you guys can understand this, okay? Next question is question number 3. Okay, before I formulate the rule of is Atif, fine. So suppose 8 men and 6 women, okay? 8 men and 6 women, right? There are 8 men and 6 women contest in an election, okay? Contest in an election. अब समझना, right? Now the question is, in how many ways can the people choose a leader? हमें एक लीडर चूज करना है क्या? वी हैव टू चूज वन लीडर. It is certain, right? Okay, one leader we have to choose. So in how many ways, in how many ways, in how many ways can the people choose a leader, right? Yeah. So can somebody answer this question? And the second question B is there. What if I will answer both questions at the same time. What if the people wants two leaders? Okay, the people want two leaders. Okay, a man and a woman. एक lady और एक, you can say, gentleman. Yeah. So okay, so let me solve this question by choosing some different color. देखो, so what we are discussing, guys, we are discussing about counting, right? And I want you to think about counting. What is this counting? Okay, what is this counting? So 8 men and 6 women contest in an election. In how many ways can the people choose a leader, right? आप वोट देते हो blindly, you never think about, you know, counting and all, right? So number of choices that we can have in the first, number of choices that we can have. So we want one guy or one woman. Either he can be a boy or she can be, it can be a man or woman, right? So first A is gonna be what? 8 plus 6, that is 14. There is a sense of addition, right? Both event does not have to occur, right? अगर मान लो one of the event has to occur, मतलब see there are two events, 8 men 6 women, right? So one of the event has to occur, means you have to add. But suppose at the same time both event has to occur, right? मतलब बारिश भी होगी और गर्मी भी लगनी चाहिए, right? So if both event has to occur, understand? Okay, तो एक साथ सब कुछ होता नहीं है वैसे देखा जाए तो, right? God is not happy, right? Number of choices is going to be what? देखो, in this case what if one man one, दोनों हमें चाहिए, we want pair. Okay, understood? So you can think about it, right? So 8 into 6, which is 48 choices are there. I think everybody is okay. How many of you understood? Please tell me fast. Please tell me fast in the group. Okay, sorry, in the chat box, fast. So there are, okay, so let me take one more question, then we will formulate things, right? So I hope everybody understood the concept. Those who did not understand still, they can always contact me. ठीक है, तो एक क्वेश्चन और लेते हैं, बहुत ही अमेजिंग क्वेश्चन है. और in the first go I was not able to solve this kind of a question, but you know, since I started thinking in general, right, I have to count. Okay, I don't know what is P, what is C, right? What is permutation, what is combination? Okay, great, fine. So fine. So suppose the question is, you know, one girl is there. You can say Charlie is there, right? Charlie visit an ice cream. Charlie visits an ice cream parlor. Ice cream parlor to buy one. To buy one, right? Okay. She has to buy one, or he has to buy. You can test he, she. I don't care about gender right here. He or he has to buy one ice cream. Remember, right? Okay. So in fact, now you need to understand that it depends upon your flavor, right? You go to ice cream parlor and you will ask, okay, whatever choice. I don't know what's your flavor is, right? Okay, but keep in mind that there will be many flavors, right? And there will be many cones, many toppings and all, right? So you have to take one ice cream, right? One ice cream. Okay. So he sees that, what he sees? He sees that there are three cones. There are three cones, right? Four ice cream, four ice cream, and two topping, and two topping. Okay. Now your knowledge of ice cream will also change, right? When you go to now after attending my class, if you are going for ice cream parlor and all, so you will understand, you will observe the ice cream now. I know you will not directly take and eat it, right? You will see, sir has told me. Acha, three cones are there, one cone you will take, right? Four, there are many flavors, right? Okay, four ice cream matlab kya? Four flavors are there. You can name it. Butterscotch. Okay. हम लोगों का तो people who belong from village, which ice cream we prefer, that ice one, right? वो पहले हम लोगों के टाइम में 1 रुपए की आती थी, right? So that we prefer. We don't know what is right? Kulfi we call it, okay, in Hindi. So 3 cones, 4 ice cream, and 2 toppings, right? And these things happens to be in Bangalore and big cities, right? Okay, people are crazy about flavors, right? So 3 cones, 4 ice cream, and 2 toppings, right? Now the question is, how many choices does Charlie have? Batao. How many choices does Charlie have? Anybody? Please tell me fast. Okay. The condition is what? Condition is Charlie visit an ice cream parlor and she has to buy only one, or he has to buy only one ice cream, right? तो एक कौन पिकअप करेगा, एक आइसक्रीम पिकअप करेगा, और एक टॉपिंग करेगा, राइट? तो मतलब ही हैज टू पिकअप, मतलब ऑल इवेंट हैज टू अकर एट द सेम टाइम. Okay, all event has to occur at the same time, right? That you have to understand. ऐसा नहीं है कि just he picked up cone, so that is the ice cream. In our mind, that is only the ice cream that we call it. Okay, कौन वाली चाहिए, cone वाली चाहिए, right? Okay, so you have to understand always. Now you will go to ice cream parlor and you will remember me कि धीरज सर भी होते तो थोड़ा सा kind of discussion हो जाता, right? So remember. So what let us divide and conquer the problem, right? So what we can say here is that we have got the cone here, and there are 3 kind of cones, you can say C1, C2, and C3, and each cone has got 4 flavor: F1, F2, F3, F4. Okay, F1, F2, F3, F4, right? F1, F2, and F3 and F4, and each flavor has got 2 toppings. You can say T1, T2, T1, T1, T2, 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 right? This many, right? So these are the cones, you can say. These are the flavors and these are the toppings. So guys, tell me here, you will take one, you can take one cone, you pick up any flavor, you can pick up, okay, whatever your favorite flavor is. I don't know, right? You can populate, guys, in your chat box what's your flavor is, right? Okay, at least I will also get to know that, yes, okay, some new flavors. So cone flavor मैंने कोई भी ले लिया है, ठीक है, और एक टॉपिंग ले लिया, कोई भी टॉपिंग, राइट? तो यू कैन आंसर नाउ, ठीक है? तो कितना आ जाएगा बताओ, नंबर ऑफ चॉइसेस? Will be 3, then 4, and then 2. That is 24. Okay, so you have to keep in mind, guys, all event has to occur, right? Then only you can multiply. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि just I will give you one cone, so you will say अरे भैया और भरो उसके अंदर, right? कैसे बोलोगे फिर? वो आइसक्रीम नहीं है, right? So you have to think about it. This is very important, and my job is to open your this. आपका ये खुल जाएगा. I hope this makes sense to all, guys. ठीक है. So let me now write the definition. Okay, the definition which I wanted to tell today. These are the principle of counting. Okay, so what is these principles? Principle of counting. Rule of sum and multiplication. Okay, rule of sum and multiplication. Fine. So what is this rule of sum? The rule of sum is going to be, okay, rule of sum is going to be, if there are n choices, remember, if there are n choices, if there are n choices for one event, okay, and m choices for another event, right? See, there are two events. Remember, there are two events. Okay, अब आपको कैसे बताया जाता है? और आएगा, ऐड करना है, एंड आएगा. अरे और एंड कहां से आएगा? From where that come? That will come from heaven or something. That is all about event, guys, right? You are doing some experiment in your life. Okay, whatever you do, that is all about experiment. You go to ice cream parlor, that is kind of experiment you're doing, right? And the outcome is your ice cream, right? Okay, everywhere you do some sort of realistic or probabilistic experiment, random experiment you do. Okay, and you see, okay, so always take your entire life as kind of experiment only, right? Okay. You are appearing for the gate examination, that is also kind of experiment you're doing. You're preparing for that. So there is a total outcome, there is a favorable outcome, and you can take the ratio of that. Or there is a odd against and odds in favor, right? Okay, so I will explain all these things in future. So if there are n choices for one event and m choices for another event, and both cannot occur at the same time, if both cannot occur at the same time, मतलब क्या है? Suppose there are 8 men and 6 women are there, and we have only people wants to choose only one candidate, one leader. तो दोनों event नहीं possible हैं. For one event, you can say, so both events are not possible over there to occur. So if both events cannot occur at the same time, so there are what? How many choices are there? Then there are n plus m, right? N plus m choices for one event. Choices for one event. Okay. That event can be anything. That can be first event or another event, right? So I think now you guys understood that where we have to add and where we have to multiply, not subtract. Okay. So rule of multiplication. Rule of multiplication. So you just copy entire picture, guys. I'm not gonna write again, or else what we can do here is, let me write this rule in the next page that I can copy and paste it so that I can save the time, right? Now here I'm gonna explain the rule of multiplication. Not to explain, but I will just formalize multiplication. So suppose there are n choices for one event and n choices for another event, right? And then what you can say, suppose both events can occur at the same time, or both event occurs at the same time, then choices will be what? N into m for both event. How many of you understood this definition? This is one of the great definitions that you can have in your real life and you will never forget. How many of you understood? Please tell me so that we can wind up the session here, guys. This is going to be our first session, and based on this session response, I'm going to further, right? So, after each session, there will be a feedback, right? So you guys can write your feedback in the same channel, right? You don't have to write anywhere. Just write your feedback in your in the same lecture below the lecture. I mean, in the comment box, you have to write your feedback, right? Needless to tell me on WhatsApp or somewhere, right? So that I can plan next session, right? Because depending upon your need, I'm gonna plan. So whatever learning that was and how was the session, all these things you have to summarize. So I hope everybody might have enjoyed the session for today. I will be again conducting one more. I mean, the continuous session will be there. This is the phase 1 preparation that we started. And guys, stay excited. I'm here to help you out, okay? Understanding any concept, yes. So I hope everybody understood. And if you have any sort of doubt, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll wind up the session. Yeah. Any doubt? Till this point, whatever we have discussed. Counting का idea लग गया थोड़ा बहुत? Yes, yes, guys. Come on, yeah. Those who are live, they can respond first. Then we'll wind up the session, right? Or else let's wind up the session here. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in the next session. Take care. Stay and keep learning.